learning objective 15, which is to convert between moles or mass of a compound and mass or atoms of elements within the compound. So in a compound, the subscripts are the ratio of elements in a compound to 1 mole of the compound. So we can use the subscript as a conversion factor between the elements and the compound. So the best thing to do with this is to just look at a couple of problems. Okay, so we are given 5.30 moles of sulfuric acid, and our unknown, our thing that we are looking for, is the mass of just the oxygen. So this is my given, this is my unknown. Okay, first thing I need to do is write the formula for sulfuric acid. Well, sulfuric goes to 8. I don't have hydro, so it goes to ATE. So this would be sulfate. Acid stands for hydrogen ion, so H plus. So H1 sulfate is right there. So it is SO4, and it's got a 2 minus charge. So SO4, 2, again, the 2 is going to come down to the hydrogen, so I've got H2SO4. Okay, so I have 5.30 moles of H2SO4. So from moles of H2SO4 to moles of oxygen, mass of oxygen. So I'm going to need 2 conversion factors, 1, 2. So here I'm going to use my ratio between the compound and the element within the compound. So I've got 1 mole of H2SO4. And then I have 4 moles of oxygen. And then I'm going to multiply that by oxygen's molar mass. So I've got 1 mole of oxygen. And if I go to my periodic table, I can find the mass of oxygen. So going to my periodic table, oxygen has a molar mass of 16. So 16 grams. So then on the top, I would have 16.00 grams of oxygen. Okay. So then, now I solved this, right? So go to my calculator. So I've got 5.30 times 4 times 16, because that's what I have over here. And that gives me 339.2. Okay, so 339.2. So then I have to look here to see what my sig figs are. I have 3 sig figs here, so I need 3 sig figs in my answer, so 339. So my answer here would be 339 grams of oxygen. Okay. Always remember, you need to have a number rounded to the proper number of significant figures, the mass, and the substance. I've been given so how many atoms of fluorine are in 5.43 grams of arsenic pentafluoride. So arsenic pentafluoride is my given. How many atoms of fluorine, so amount of fluorine, so the number of fluorine atoms are in that mass of arsenic pentafluoride. So I'm looking for atoms of fluorine here. So again, this is my given, this is my unknown. Okay, so if I've been given mass of compound, I need to go to my moles of compound. And then I need to go to my moles of element. And then I need to go to my number of atoms. Okay, So here I'm going to be using my molar mass. Here I'm going to be using my ratio from subscripts. And then here I'm going to be using my Avogadro's number. Okay, so Avogadro's number is there. So I need 1, 2, 3 conversion factors here. So I always start with what I'm given. Now I've been given a compound, so I really need to write the formula for this compound. So arsenic, if you're not sure what arsenic is, you can go to the periodic table and search for arsenic. Arsenic is number 33 on the periodic table. So I've got 74.92 for that mass, and it is AS. So this is AS. And then if I've got pentafluoride, I know that fluoride is F because it's fluorine, and penta means 5 of those. So that is my formula for arsenic pentafluoride. So 5.43 grams of AsF5. Now I'm going to go through my molar mass. So my molar mass is going to be on the bottom. So I'm going to have grams of AsF5. I'm going to have to calculate this mass. Okay, so this is going to be calculated over here. But I'm going to go ahead and finish setting my problem up. So I've got 1 mole of AsF5, and then I'm going through my ratio between the subscripts. So I've got 1 mole of AsF5 to 5 moles of fluorine, right? And then I'm going to multiply again. And here I'm going through my mole ratio, or my Avogadro's number here. So then I have 1 mole of fluorine on the bottom. I'm going to kind of erase this out here just to kind of give me some room to write. And then I'm going to have on the top 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of fluorine. Okay. So going back to this guy, I'm going to have to calculate this guy out. So I know that arsenic has a molar mass of 74.92, and fluorine has a molar mass of 19. Okay. So 74.92. So 1 times 74.92 plus 5 times 19. And then I can go to my calculator and calculate that out. That's equal to 154.92. And that's in grams. So this would be 154.92. Once I have all my numbers in there, then I can calculate. All right, so I have 5.43 divided by, because this is on the bottom, so I'm going to divide by 154.92 times 5 times 6.02, second E, so remember, use that second EE button, times 10 to the 23rd. And that gives me 1.055365995 times 10 to the 23rd. So then again, I'm looking here for my sig figs. I've got 1, 2, 3, so I need 1, 2, 3, so 106 times 10 to the 23rd. So 1.06 times 10 to the 23rd atoms of fluorine. We will do number 4 in class compound. So learning objective 15 was to convert between mass or moles of a compound to mass or atoms of elements within a compound.